He is a Jew. He's going to tell us why Jews did not accept Jesus when he came and why they have still not accepted Jesus. And so don't go to the Israelites land, to the Jews looking for Jesus. You will only find the culture of the Jews, not Jesus, and not about Christianity. Listen to this man.
The majority of Jewish people rejected Jesus. Reason number one is it is simply an emotional, knee-jerk reaction that they have to Jesus because they believe that you can't be a Jew and believe in Jesus. Let me give you a conversation that I recently had with a close relative of mine. I began to gently witness to this individual about Jesus. As soon as I said Jesus' name, this person became filled with rage, filled with intense hostile energy, and said to me, "I'm a Jew, don't say Jesus to me." This individual that I'm referring to doesn't even believe in God. They're not a practicing religious Jew. They simply believe that being a Jew is not believing in Jesus.
So you see, the main reason why the Jews don't accept Jesus and did not accept and still don't accept Jesus is the fact that currently the people believe that if you are a Jew, you don't need to do much, you don't need to serve God, it's nothing. They are sticking to their own traditions and cultures. And then he's saying that if you don't believe in Jesus, that makes you a Jew. And so I'm asking you, why do people travel to Israel just going to learn from the same rabbis who did not accept Jesus and still come back and find nothing? And so if you've checked, most people that go to sit under the feet of the rabbis in Israel, they come back and they deviate from the faith. The Christianity they were in before they traveled to Israel to learn about Jesus among the Jews where he comes from, remember, they don't get anything from Jesus. They come back and they rather become people that do that goes into Judaism. So they quit Christianity. But Christ even said in the Bible that he came to his own, but his own did not accept him. Listen to this. There's more for you to share.
And so although many Jewish people, the majority, are not religious, Judaism to them isn't a religion, it's simply a cultural identity. But as a cultural Jew, they believe that you can't be Jewish and at the same time believe in Jesus.
So you see, Jews have decided not to accept Jesus. So why do you go to these people to learn about Jesus whom we believe in? And the Bible even said it, that they didn't accept him and they have not yet accepted him. And now this guy speaking is a Jew. So let's see what has happened.
Mindset is not something that they have thought through logically. It's just something that they have picked up in their home. It's something that they've picked up in their culture. It's something they've heard since they've been little children. We're Jews. We don't believe in Jesus. It's not based on logic. It's not based on an analysis of the scriptures, at least an honest evaluation of the scriptures. It's simply based on a traditional cultural position that they've taken that goes all the way back to the time that Jesus walked on the earth.
Wow.
Reason number one, then, that Jews reject Jesus is simply they believe they have to, because part of being Jewish is rejecting Jesus.
So you see, they have no actual reason not to accept Jesus because they've accepted that they just have to refuse Jesus. Because when the guy came on earth, he was just not doing what the Jews were doing. He came to do what he claims his father told him, what he knew his father had told him to do. Listen.
Reason number two that Jewish people reject Jesus. Jewish people feel that God should not be illustrated or should not be contained in any type of image. Because when God first revealed himself to the Jewish people on top of Mount Sinai, they didn't see God. They saw his glory. They saw the fire on top of Mount Sinai. They saw the smoke. But they didn't see God. And when God gave the Jewish people the law there, he said to them in the commandments, do not make any graven image of anything in the likeness of what is on earth. To a traditional Jewish person, God cannot take on the form of a man. But to me, as a Jewish believer in Jesus, this analysis is faulty and it is not as deep as the scriptures go. Because in fact, we read in the Torah that God actually appeared to Abraham at the oaks of Mamre in the form of a man. So as a Jewish believer in Jesus, I'm not saying that God is a man. I'm saying that God clothed himself in humanity, just as the New Testament teaches in John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and the Word became flesh. But Jewish people, because they're trapped in the mindset of rabbinic Judaism and believe what the rabbis tell them, they are not open to understanding the deeper mystery. Reason number 3 that Jewish people reject Jesus is because a misunderstanding of what Jesus taught about the law. You see, what the rabbis teach is that Jesus did away with the law, that Jesus broke the 10 Commandments. For example, we read in the Gospels that Yeshua was walking through a field one day on the Sabbath, and he picked grain up on the Sabbath, and he was accused of harvesting or working on the Sabbath. And so Jewish people reject Jesus because they feel that Jesus rejected the law and tried to do away with the law. But in fact, that's not what Yeshua did. He kept the law. Again, he said, do not think I've come to abolish the law. I've not come to abolish, but to fulfill. He kept the law, beloved, in its truest and in its original intent. In other words, he kept the law in the sense that he did in the law what was meant to be done that pleased the Father that gave the law. And ultimately, he fulfilled it because the law's true intent was to cause mankind to recognize that we are not, in and of ourselves, capable of keeping the law to perfection. At the end of the day, our heart is not true enough, it's not pure enough, it's not perfect enough to meet the demands of the law. And recognizing that, we are now prepared to receive God's ultimate answer, which is the Messiah, King Jesus, King Yeshua. So in review, Jewish people reject Jesus because, number 1, they're taught to by osmosis. Number 2, they've been taught from the rabbis that God can't be a man. And number 3, they think that Jesus broke the law. None of those things are true. Yeshua is God in the flesh that perfectly kept the law and fulfilled God's ultimate purpose from eternity. Why have...
So you see, this man is a Jew himself. He's speaking as a Jew. Okay, so if anyone tells you as a believer that you need to go and do Judaism, don't agree. They refuse Jesus. And one thing that strikes me so much is that if the Jews themselves are talking about Jesus and they are saying he abolished the law, he did X, he did Y, why are you people saying Jesus' name or Jesus was fabricated? When the people that come from the place are saying it's true. When you go and you join Judaism, you are happy because now they are telling you things that you don't like about Jesus. So you are happy about that. But how come they are talking about somebody and you are thinking his name was created? You are thinking he's not genuine. You are thinking he did not exist. Yet they are telling you things he did and you trust them. People don't get confused. The power of God is there. Jesus is the Messiah. The Jews are talking about it. And they've got a lot of evidence from the background of the Jews that will let you know that, yes, Jesus came. Yes, Jesus did everything he did. Good things, as we all know. And yes, he is the Messiah and will forever be the Messiah. You'd reject Jesus at your own peril, at your own risk. So please, I offer and recommend to you the life of Christ. And I believe you will not find yourself wanting. You will enjoy your life if you accept Jesus as Lord. Stay tuned and follow us for more videos. Subscribe to our channel, follow us, send down your comments, and share this to many because a lot of people are confused. People are confused. So send this to them that traveling to Israel, going to the Jews, thinking you are going to hear more about Jesus will rather discourage you because Bible said that he came to his own and his own did not accept him. But to them that accepted him, to them he gave them power to become children of God. That is why now the Jews are now learning about Christ from us because we held on to it and we are still going. God bless you.